Well, hey, George, it's so great to see you. How are you doing?
And Nick, I'm doing well. Great to see you as well. It's been a little while since we got a chance to talk and share.
That's right. That's right. It's so great to have you coming on as one of our health gurus that we have in our body of faith. And I just wanted you to share about whatever God has put on your heart about stewarding our health well. While it is important for us to believe in faith that God can heal us, that He is compassionate, and to share our testimonies about healing, I also want us to be proactive to do what God has called us to do to steward our health well. And because that's your area of expertise, I want to just hear the testimony that you have to share. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, Anika, I've got some really cool things to share with you and the viewing audience here. And this can be a good foundation for some other sharing down the line in the near future as well. So I want to consider first Psalm 139, verse 14. It mentions there that we're fearfully and wonderfully made. The New Living Translation gets a little more specific and precise with the language. For example, it says there, your workmanship is marvelous. So, Nika, what makes us so marvelous? What is so intricate about this human organism that you and I possess? There's quite a few things, actually, but I want to zone in on one component right now: the cells of the body. We have 70 to 100, not million, not billion with a B, but it's estimated 70 to 100 trillion with a T cells comprising this human organism. And they're all over. They are our organs, connective tissue, skeletal muscle tissue, etc. So one aspect of the cell is that nucleus. And we might remember from biology class, the nucleus is the home of our DNA, that blueprint that makes us who and what we are, that genetic code. And there, Anika, if we were to if we were to extract that DNA, this is mind blowing. And there's much more to it that I can share another time as well. But this is mind blowing. If we extract that DNA, and remember those encyclopedia volumes from the past, those books that sometimes we would get, and you and I probably remember this. Some other of our listening audience may not, perhaps, but I certainly remember those encyclopedias. But if we were to extract the DNA from our cells, it's kind of like that spiral shape that we have in our biology textbooks. But what's fascinating here is we get that out of our cells and transcribe that. You and I could create 300 volumes of an encyclopedia, a volume of encyclopedias, 300 volumes, each consisting of 2,000 pages. This is an extraordinary design and something that's just mind blowing as far as the efficiency of the human design, and truly, truly marvelous. And I promise you, Nika, we're merely scratching the surface. But something else we should consider is this: every 7 years, our body is replenishing our cells. So every 7 years, you and I have new cells all over this human organism. A good question for us to ask ourselves is this: what are we making those cells out of? Let's say, for example, for breakfast, we sit down and we have a cup of coffee and a donut. Well, that cup of coffee and donut, that is going to be the chemistry for, or the nourishment for, our eyeballs, for example, or the connective tissue of our ankle or our shoulder connective tissue. So we should ask ourselves, so this is the basis for rebuilding the body, what I put into it. I'm not saying flesh and blood lives forever. However, we should consider the quality of our years. How can we make ourselves have the best out of the years that we're given? And also slow down the aging process, keep clarity of mind and quality movement so we can serve God best. We can serve each other in a more wholesome and productive manner and serve this universe to the best of our abilities. So, a key question there: what are we making these cells out of? So, good thing to keep in mind: replenishment of the cells, it's constantly happening. There's 70 to 100 trillion, and that's just a guesstimate. That's just a guesstimate for ourselves. Interestingly, God's word also says in Luke 12, verse 7, Matthew 10, verse 30, that he knows the hairs on our head. He can count the number of hairs on our head. So he is a designer. Our creator is a designer who's very precise and very thorough, very detailed as far as the intricacy of his design and what it needs to flourish and to grow and to be as productive as it can be. And Anika, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. We're merely scratching the surface. And I've loved being with you here today. And I look forward to doing it again with you sometime very soon.
Absolutely, George. Absolutely. There's so much I could say about what you shared. I mean, just even that research is showing with the human brain and the things that we didn't realize was possible, we just don't fully understand how well God created us as beings. And
Yeah.
the idea that we could have evolved from something and just this miraculous process of who we are could have happened by accident is just something that's, for me, it's harder to fathom the more we learn about how wonderfully made we are. So thank you so much, George, for sharing. And we'll definitely have to talk some more and you share some more of your knowledge that God has poured into you and that you have worked to glean over the years. So thank you.
Andika, the pleasure's all mine. I look forward to being with you again soon.